Welcome to
House of Whimsical Tarot.
I'm Esther.
I'm Mary.
And we're coming to you today from Tucson, Arizona.
And we're telling real stories of the fantastical.
All of our stories are true or told to us as true.
Occasionally we alter names to protect privacy.
And we do the same for some of the places.
Yes.
And today our story is Night Visits in the Green Room.
Oh.
And before we even get started, we should let you know that if you hear strange sounds, it's probably the Doberman.
Yeah. That's our mascot, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is. He's so beautiful, but he does make strange sounds.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
Yes.
So it's likely that it would be those.
No spooky things.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually did an episode on my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of the episode, but talks about all the scary things that happened. It talks about when we had the paranormal investigators come in and do an investigation and how that all happened. So if you find that episode, go back and listen.
Yeah.
I think we did it on Halloween, maybe the first year.
Perhaps. We can put it in the show notes, the name.
Okay.
We'll find it.
All right.
It's terrible. We don't know the name of our own shows.
Yes. So this is another story stories about my house. Mm-hmm. And so it has 4 bedrooms.
And this is a recent story.
This is happening now.
It's happening now. Yes.
Yes. So this room. Oh, so I have slept in every room of the house. So I really love the old part of the house. The old part was built in the 1930s. Mm-hmm. But I've also slept in the really beautiful bedrooms in the back of the house. And it's the first time I've been in this room.
In the time you've owned the house.
In the time I've owned the house.
You've never slept in this room.
I have never till about 5-6 months ago.
Okay.
And this room is, for some reason, not a room I would have chosen, but because of circumstances, it is the best room for me to make my sleeping room right now. And it is an interesting room. It's not the prettiest room in the house. I don't think you know the room.
I think the other room is the prettier room.
Oh, yeah, the old room across the hall.
Yeah.
Love that room.
That's my favorite
the room. We call the princess room.
Yes. No wonder I think that's the prettiest room. Yeah.
Yep. So the room that I'm in, though, I'm calling it the green room only because it has green bedding. And so for some reason, it's become the green room. Mm-hmm. And it has the entryway into a strange little basement. Mm-hmm. So in the closet, there's, wood floors everywhere. And there, in the wood floor of the closet, you lift up this little latch, like a little hatch opening. And then there's a wooden ladder staircase. And you can go into the basement, which has a dirt floor. It's not kind of a
Right. It's like a root cellar.
Like a root cellar, yes.
Yeah.
And Tucson homes don't generally have basements or big basements.
Or they rarely have basements at all.
Right.
Quite unusual.
And someone had told me that they used for the adobe, they would dig out the caliche, which is like a clay and dirt and all of that, and then build the house. But they would make like a little, preserve a little basement where they had dug all the stuff out of.
To make the bricks for the adobe.
And that was what became the basement. So it's not a real big basement like I think a lot of you would consider.
Imagine it to be.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a dirt floor that you can stand up and has a light.
Yeah.
And it has a little thermostat that's been there since
very
before.
Strange. Maybe they were storing wine in there.
Maybe.
Because it would be a good wine cellar.
I guess so. Yeah.
Or cigars.
Somebody needed to know the temperature down there.
Yeah.
So Anyway, it's kind of the scary basement. We even, my niece was reminding me last night that we filmed, not me, but I opened my house up to some folks to film a scary movie in the house. And my niece was in the movie, and they used the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was called The Midnight Man. And I think my brother, who's a great actor, and so is my niece, played the Midnight Man.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So people can look that up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve Anderson is the director. He's brilliant. My son was in it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was in it. But anyway, and it was filmed.
And The Scary Basement.
And The Scary Basement.
And it starred The Scary Basement.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about this room.
Okay.
So the green room, I started sleeping in there. And it's a very quiet room. And it's away from everything else, kind of tucked away. And I want to say the third night I was sleeping in there, I felt hands touching my legs. And it was spring in Tucson, so I was just sleeping with a sheet. I'd taken all the green bedding off the bed, the
comforter,
blanket,
today,
comforter, all of it. So it was just a sheet. And I felt something like hands touching my legs, like just kind of pressing down and touching them. And I thought, that's really strange.
So was it like a reassuring kind of touch?
It was like a curious touch. I honestly don't know. Maybe it was reassuring. It wasn't reassuring.
Not to you.
It freaked me the flip out.
Yeah.
And so, but there was something freaky about it, but didn't terrify me enough to like jump up and run out. But that happened, and that's happened repeatedly. And so there was one night I was sleeping. There's an old wooden chair that I have next to the bed. I love old stuff.
Right.
So if you go to my house, just about everything except for the beds and the couches, because I'm a germaphobe, so those have to be new.
Right.
But everything else looks like you found it either in a tomb or a haunted house.
That's so true. That's so true. And probably a lot of those objects and furnishings have attachments.
See, my sister talked to me about that because she used to buy things, like she'd go thrifting and buy antiques. And she said, sometimes there are things, especially if they're precious, which a lot of things that survive 100 years survive because they were precious to somebody, have some kind of attachment to them.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, well, it's accurate. And in this room, there's the old wooden chair. And I don't know if this thing was attached to it, but I want to say in the first month I was in there, maybe in the first couple of weeks, I was asleep, and I realized there was an old woman, kind of a heavy-set old woman, sitting in that chair next to the bed. And I didn't sit up, but I kind of was on full alert. And she looked at me, and she made this laugh that was kind of like she was laughing at me. I can't describe it as kind of but terrifying. Okay, that wasn't terrifying. That was silly. But
no, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
I don't know,
like she wanted you to.
She thought it was like she's like, I see you see me.
Yes,
I know you're scared, but also she seemed to be indicating something else in the room. Like she was laughing at me because of something else
in the room.
And that did terrify me. That whole thing.
That terrifies me right now.
And every time I think about it, when I go to sleep, like I have like chills on my scalp right now, but every time I go into the room, I have to turn on the light first. Like I put my hand in the door and I turn the light on, but I'm afraid to put my hand in the door in the dark. And so I turn on the light and I go in. And if I think about her, I'm terrified. So I try not to think about her. I haven't seen her since. And I think about her as like the old hag that they talk about in people who have sleep paralysis.
Oh, so, yeah.
But I don't suffer from that.
Right.
But, there are always like the three things: the old hag, the shadow man, and the demon.
Yeah.
And
is it a succubus?
I've never had sleep paralysis, but she seemed like
she was wishing you had.
Yeah. But she seemed like the old hag from that.
Wow.
That whole concept. So other kind of strange.
So after you experienced this old woman who also gave you the sense that there was something else in the room, perhaps whatever was touching you.
Yes, because that I felt before her, and I feel it often since.
Right.
Like someone pressing down on the sheet, and it's still not winter in Tucson since I've moved in, so now it's summer, so still I just have a sheet. And I feel the hands kind of pressing on me. I also feel something kind of settling in next to my legs, and it's not my animals because they're sleeping with my roommate in another room. So it's just, I feel them kind of leaning.
You feel the pressure on the bed.
And I don't know if it's animals or a person, but I definitely feel that kind of pressure, like kind of settling against me in the bed. So the another strange thing, I guess the old lady's the strangest thing that happened. The hands on my legs happens almost nightly. But the other thing that happened the other night, I called you, I texted you about it. I think it happened like last Monday.
It was last Monday. Yeah.
I was not quite asleep. I turned off the light and I was trying to fall asleep. And as you know, I have a real hard time falling asleep. And I suddenly heard like a radio, but it was like a radio show, but it sounded like a broadcaster or reporter from like the 1940s.
Like a news announcer?
News announcer. And he was reporting something. And he had that cadence of reporters from the 1940s. And it was coming from what seemed like the closet, but not down in the basement. But up higher. It sounded like a radio was on up there. And I thought, it just sounds like a radio's on. It's probably like, or maybe it is a radio, but from a neighbor, but it would have had to have been very loud. And it didn't sound like it was coming like through the walls and the windows. It sounded like it was in the room where I was sleeping, but up higher, like near the ceiling. And I thought, well, maybe it's just the way my head is on the pillow and it's making, I don't know what I was thinking. But so I kind of leaned up. I could still hear it. The man's still talking. No one in my house was awake. Everyone was asleep, and no one would have been listening to like a 1940s broadcast. Or, something earlier maybe about the Hindenburg. I don't know. Sounded like that. So I turned off the fan thinking maybe it's just something about the way my ears are, where the fan is. I don't know why, because I'd been in there for already about 4 or 5 months, and I could still hear it. And then it changed to a woman who sounded like she was being interviewed, and she also sounded like an elderly, not elderly, but maybe someone in their 60s, talking and being interviewed about something, and she had that same kind of cadence of someone speaking from like the 30s or the 40s. And she was like, answering questions as though she were being interviewed. And I thought, what is this?
It's like a radio show from the
Yes.
30s,
and I couldn't
or
hear
40s.
exactly what they were saying, but I could hear them. Like, I felt like if I was closer, I would hear exactly what they were saying, but I couldn't. It was like too quiet and too far away. Not super quiet, but I could definitely hear their voices. And I couldn't stop listening. And I couldn't even try to go to sleep. So I just listened until it just stopped.
Oh, and it did stop. Wow. So there's this whole thing with radio waves and like, are they eternal? Do they extinguish? Do we pick them up at times? Like, I don't know, but.
Right. Because I've heard people talk about kind of energy from the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
On the other side of the veil being usually the equivalent they talk about is radio waves, which are always passing through us. Mm-hmm. We used to listen to the radio a lot more than we do now, but they're passing through us, but we can't see them or feel them or anything, but they are, all we need is the proper tool to tune in and we can hear those things.
Right.
So, maybe
you were picking up some type of
some through time and
veil
and that radio
astral transmission.
Ooh, astral transmission sounds amazing. Coming through, at that point, and I was able to tune in and hear it. And maybe there's no reason I was hearing it because there was a point where I was thinking, am I supposed to hear what they're saying? Is this a message? But maybe not. It was just what it was.
It was just part of the entire spooky experience of sleeping in the green room.
Yes. And people have asked me because since the last thing that thing happened, I've been telling people, of course I've been telling you.
Yeah.
And then our ghost hunter, I told Miguel about the old lady and some things like that, but not about this, not about the radio thing. I told you about that, and I've told other people about it since I told you. And people keep saying, "Why don't you move out of that room?"
Right.
But I just moved my bed in there, and it's the most for me.
Right.
I like super soft beds, and it's the most comfortable.
So you're willing to just expose yourself to whatever experiences you have.
For now.
Right. See, I would have stopped sleeping in there after something touched my legs. So I would have been like, okay, I'm out of here. Obviously, I'm in someone's room.
But you live here, or you lived here with Walter.
I did, but Walter never touched me.
Oh,
he just messed with all the electricity.
He was a voyeur, though. I did not like to shower in your shower.
Yeah.
He was creepy.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him since I did a little renovation.
Yeah, you did the renovation and Walter was gone.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
He might have been attached to the things that I had put in the last renovation.
So since Walter's gone, I can say he was a creep.
Oh, you can.
So fond
I was kind of fond of him.
I was not fond of Walter.
I was kind of fascinated by, my faucet turning on and off by itself.
Well, I am fascinated by the ghosts in the green room. But
they sound spookier than Walter.
I'm a little scared. Like I make sure, and you know how hot it is in Tucson. It's like, just miserably hot. But I cannot have, in that room, I can't have any part of my body except from my neck up. I can't have it exposed. In that room, I have to have completely covered.
Yeah. And that's just a knowledge that you have with regard to these entities.
Whatever they are. And even last night, they were touching my legs. And it happens at night because, of course, I wake up and in the morning, I don't jump out. I'm not a morning person.
You're not a morning person.
I don't jump out of bed happily. So I'm in bed for a while. I don't feel it in the morning.
How very interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to finding out more about this, like if it continues or it morphs into something else. So I think this will be a running storyline.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also astonished that, I'm not totally astonished because I know you so well, but that you just continue to sleep in this room to see what happens.
I think if I felt like they could harm me in some way.
Well, and I mean, you can establish the fact that it's your home, right? You can establish that fact with them.
Do you think ghosts really pay attention to that? That's what people say.
I don't know, but
this is my home now. Get out. Like, if I were a ghost, I'd be like...
Yeah, well, I would too, but I still do it. I still do it with the, the fleeting hope. Well, he never showed himself to me, but he showed himself to other people. So I'm thinking maybe it's just dumb luck, but but also things like, people like do stuff like they burn sage or they burn Palo Santo, or they do stuff to, protect themselves and their energy from from things like that. So I'm certainly hoping that you'll observe those types of things. And who knows what works and what doesn't, but I think it's worth trying.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And if you come over sometime and you don't look like you or act like you, then I'll know that it didn't work.
All right. Now you scared me.
Oh, sorry. Don't let them in.
No. No, I don't welcome them. I don't invite them.
I think
try to talk to them.
I mean, and the curious thing is like, are they attached to objects? Because you have a lot of antiques. Like, are they attached to the objects in the room? Are they from the house? Are they in the dirt? You know what I mean? Because the history of the land that we live in, right?
Yeah.
Are they just floating around ethereally like radio waves? Like,
I got the sense that old woman was somehow connected to the house, not
interesting.
The old chair she was sitting in or other antiques in that room.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we'll do some research on your house.
Sounds good.
More than what's probably perhaps been done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll just we'll revisit night visitation.
Yeah.
In the green room.
I know Ziva did, or she was one of our guests at one point. She did some investigation. She went to the Historical Society. You couldn't find anything on my house, which is very strange.
It's very strange because it's a very old, established neighborhood in Tucson. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with some really notable homes.
Yeah, that's true. Famous architect.
Notable, more than one architect. I mean, Jostler, and there were other architects who built homes in that neighborhood that are significant to the history of architecture. And so not finding stuff on it is really...
It's weird, right?
It's really weird in itself.
Because she found stuff on her house, and I've investigated other houses, but just...
Her house it's Casa Sueño. Mm-hmm. And we have an episode on her house.
Yeah, she's got a great house. And it's a great episode, so you can look up Diva's episode.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your ongoing ghostly experiences in your home.
You're welcome. You know I love it. So.
I know you do. And thank you all for joining us on this exploration. And we hope that you'll listen to more of our stories and share them with your friends. And for now, so long, good friends. Until next time, when we meet back at the house. Yeah. Or at Esther's house. Maybe we'll meet at your house.
One of our houses.
One of our houses.